Prime Minister Andrew Holness has moved to clarify reports surrounding a proposed $75 million allocation for churches, explaining that the funds are not a handout, but part of a broader initiative aimed at supporting community development and social services delivered through faith-based organizations.
The government has made an offer to the church. I was following in the media what has been said about the offer. I believe that there is a grave misunderstanding, and this is one of the challenges that we face in modern communications, because communication is done in only snippets. People rarely go beyond the headline or beyond the first few words that caught their attention to look at the details of the communication. And what we have said is that we're doing a national cleanup exercise right across the island, but particularly in the 5 affected parishes that have been severely damaged. And we have said that we have reserved $75 million out of the total cleanup fund projected to be used for churches who would like to undertake a cleanup of their property or premises. This is not for rebuilding, but there are many churches that are still in that position where they have been able to remove debris from their facilities that have been destroyed. Roofs collapse, walls collapse, and it will take some support to get them to be able to move debris, clean up, so that they can actually get reconstruction going. So we have made this available upon an assessment by the SDC, and if churches choose to take it up, they can get in touch with their local SDC office. They will come there, do the assessment, and they will say, well, we think a certain amount of funds will be necessary to help you to clean up and get your operations going again. The state couldn't take on the cost of reconstructing churches. So there obviously was some great misunderstanding that what we have offered is a part of the national cleanup exercise. In disasters past, provisions were made for churches to borrow through the NHE. So a fund was made available, and the churches were able to borrow at reasonable rates and at reasonable terms. And so that is being developed now as we speak. And the government has had discussions with the various umbrella groups as to how this could be done. So I just wanted to use this opportunity to clarify.
This clarification by the Prime Minister comes days after his party member Everald Warmington voiced his objection to the spending of vital cash resources on the faith-based institutions. In an interview carried by TVJ, Mr. Warmington did minced words.
There's no logic in this. Let us look for the people who are suffering out there. That's what the government ought to be doing, instead of propping up the churches with cash when they're already flooded with cash.
Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Southwestern Everald Warmington rejecting the government's decision to allocate $75 million to support churches and faith-based institutions in rebuilding efforts following Hurricane Melissa. The announcement, which was made by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness last week, has left Mr. Warmington with a number of questions. Among them, how was the decision made and what will the funds be used for?
The last report is that the churches have billions of dollars in their account. So I believe at this time the church ought to step up to the plate and assist the membership that were affected. Those members were affected. This is a time when they should be assisting their members from this vast amount of cash that they have, because the members have been giving. So it's time for them to give back.
However, Dr. Holness emphasized the vital role of churches in society, noting their collaboration with the government and other agencies in the hurricane relief effort. He added that some congregations are having their services under tents, and so special provisions were made. Mr. Warmington stressed he's not against the church, but insists the funds could be better used to support families still displaced.
Those who have denomination of churches close together, combine these membership into one building. Because most of these churches, anyone on a Sunday, don't have anybody in them. Very few people are in these churches. So the best they can do is to combine the membership at one location and having all these structures all over the place. It's not the duty of government to rebuild the churches. There's a separation of church and state. So I don't see why the government will be stepping up to rebuilding these churches. It's not our duty. I'm not against the church. I'm a part of the church. But funds should not be going to, taxpayers' funds should not be going to religious institutions, organizations in this fashion.